The lives of young children move quickly as they develop and grow. But have you ever stopped and really looked at how they are thinking, how they make meaning of the world around them? If you look closely, children engage in the scientific and engineering design process every day. However, they are not doing this alone. Parents and caregivers represent children's first teachers, and they play a big part in nurturing their curiosity. This is STEM, and by partnering with early childhood educators and other community resources, families can support their young children's interests, spark a love of learning, and provide a foundation for critical thinking and problem-solving skills. The most important tool in a child's learning process is not something that you can purchase. It's actually an engaged adult. This engaged adult will practice deep listening, will celebrate all of those little milestones of learning, will see that child as capable, competent, and allow the child a sense of agency in his or her own learning.
That curiosity, that inquiry is really important, I think, no matter what the child ends up doing with their life. I think that curiosity is something to foster in young children and encourage.
As a biologist and a secondary science educator, I see the outcome of the lack of or the inclusion of curiosity and inquiry. I see students with less and less confidence in their own brains and abilities. If you're working backward, how do you solve that problem? And so obviously starting at age 0 and creating a brain that works in a critical way and can think for itself is huge.
And just even having conversations with him, asking him, well, what was the neatest thing that happened today? And he said, well, I was the one who figured out how to fix the problem with Kibo. So that was really, he was very proud about that. So it's great to see the thinking that they're encouraging and the problem solving and the creative solutions the kids are coming up with. It's amazing.
Access to materials is certainly an important part of early childhood STEM. But taking it to the next level requires an engaged adult. And that adult will take the child's natural curiosities and go much further.
The parent's job is to listen to your child, find out what their interest is, and ask more questions, and then provide what you can. And, Nova's free on TV. The library's free. You can check robots out. I didn't know that but at the STEM Center I learned that the library has robots to check out, which is neat. So there's lots of resources. You don't have to spend a lot of money.
I think my role is to provide him with the opportunity for him to kind of figure out how to do stuff on his own with the stuff that we have. Letting him figure it out and feel frustration, and then also trying to teach him how to do stuff and work with him in a positive way as to how he can deal with science and technology on his own.
I really liked seeing all the different ages. My son is on the older end at the center, but there were some things there for young children, babies and toddlers, just everyday household items that it would be very easy to get for a parent to have around. I think looking at all the ways the kids were playing with the toys was very neat. Today, it's so easy to plop a kid in front of the TV, but to see them play, they could have played there for hours with all these things, and it didn't have anything to do with screens. It was just interacting with things that were there.
It was fun to see how even household objects could be used for STEM as well.
I really liked seeing that parents were being given opportunities to interact and then also learn with their children how to interact. The informational part is fabulous, but really just seeing parents and children interact with each other and then with toys that are meaningful.
I would say after the STEM day, I tried to use the word wonder more. I mean, we always ask questions, but I've been trying to use that word wonder with him when we're playing and to, see kind of how it grows their curiosity and their ability to look at the world and problem solve.
STEM in education feels like it's in competition with things, and I don't think it needs to be. The thinking and the processing is good for everybody. And so I feel like my son is going into kindergarten having a really good basis for being excited about learning in these fields. Providing those experiences for them, providing something for them to interact with and ask and to start having the conversations, even if the child isn't quite verbal, you know, you can say, well, what's this? What does it look like? How does it feel? You know, and they're learning and understanding. So I would not hesitate to try at least even a few steps, you know, with STEM, incorporating it in, because not only is it learning for the students, but they're also, you know, applying teamwork into these projects and learning how to solve the problems. And that's all really great for young children and older people too.
Families extend children's learning through STEM by noticing and supporting children's interests with everyday materials and resources from the community, engaging in conversations with children by asking open-ended questions, such as, I wonder, exploring children's questions together. Adults do not need to have all the answers. Attending family-child STEM events to have hands-on experiences with different materials.